Today we're going to look at how to create a waffle chart, or you might know them as a matrix chart, or they're more affectionately known to us here at Storytelling with Data as a square area chart. So you might hear me use those terms interchangeably throughout the video today. Now we're going to create a version of them in both Excel and PowerPoint. And for those of you not immediately familiar with what one looks like, there's a few examples up on the screen here now. During our latest online course, we received a number of questions on how to create a waffle chart. And whilst they might look a little intricate and they aren't available out of the box within Excel and PowerPoint, they're actually quite straightforward to make. So let's dive straight into our first example. Within Excel, the key part of this is to get the sizing of our rows and columns correct. Once that's done, it's all a matter of formatting. I'll keep the grid lines on for the minute so the changes are visible. And in this example, I'm going to go with a 10 by 10 grid. This view of 100 squares can be useful as a part to whole alternative to the pie chart. I normally start with the columns and I'll click and drag the column headers to select columns B to K, leaving A spare. The easiest way to size them is to hover over one of the column separators and then drag to resize. Here you will see the size represented as both width and pixels. I'm going to use pixels and drag until I reach a size of 50. Now I just need to do the same with the rows, selecting rows 2 to 11, hovering over a row separator and dragging to resize to 50 pixels gives us our 100 individual squares. At this stage I will turn the grid lines off, selecting view and unticking grid lines. This leaves me with a clear page to add my formatting. Starting off with my borders, I'll want to draw a line for each of my squares. Select the borders icon and then more borders option at the bottom. Now I can choose a colour and then select both outline and inside options to draw the lines we want. Clicking OK, and we have our square area. All that remains is to populate this with information. If you are looking to automate, then I'd recommend creating formulas which leverage conditional formatting to colour the individual cells. That's a little beyond the scope of this video, and when we are producing an explanatory one-off communication, we can simply colour the squares in. To do that, select the squares that you want to highlight and fill them with your desired colour. When it comes to the order of how to populate the square, I'll typically default to left to right, bottom to top approach to give that sense that something is filling up. Having said that, there are use cases for different ways of populating them too. Now I've done this, I might change the inside border colours to something that provides a little more contrast. Some labels and a takeaway title later, and we have our finished waffle chart in Excel. And if we are presenting live, we could choose to build our square areas directly in PowerPoint. Now, of course, the live presentation aspect isn't the main reason we'll choose a square area. The data should lend itself to the view, but it does give us a little bit of extra flexibility to allow us to build up the square area piece by piece and take our audience through what we're showing. So let's head over to PowerPoint now. Now, obviously, we can't change columns and rows in a PowerPoint slide, but instead we can add a table. Adding a table with 10 rows and 10 columns gives us our base square area. To do this, we select Insert Table, change the number of columns to 10 and number of rows to 10. The resizing comes in our table layout options. I find that changing the rows and columns to 1.2 centimeters works well. Now we have our base, we just have to complete our standard formatting again, removing the fill from the cells and once again changing the borders. What I like about building directly in PowerPoint is the ability to copy and paste the slides and make small changes. For example, if I format my first slide to look like this and then take a copy and paste, that leaves me with only the title to update and relevant cells to shade and format. Building that up, I can reach the stage where I'm walking through this chart with my audience, introducing the information piece by piece and ensuring engagement as the detail is revealed alongside my talking points. Square area charts can be useful in a number of different situations. For more on those, check out our dedicated chart guide article, and with a little bit of creativity and formatting are easy to create in Excel and PowerPoint. If you enjoy seeing how we make graphs here at Storytelling with Data, check out this playlist next. And until next time, thanks for watching. Have a great day.